Hello Wiener Balls, my name is Dunk Monkey. Now everybody knows how Fallout 4 ends, and if you haven't actually played the main questline all the way to the end, you're a freaking slow ass bitch. Because it is, as we speak, February 20th, 2018, and the game came out in like 2016 or something. So you've had 2 years, so there's going to definitely be spoilers in this video. But when you actually played that main mission, who did you side with? Did you ever think maybe I sided with the wrong person? Maybe the faction I chose wasn't, the best choice? Well, if you've ever thought about that, I'm gonna be here to help you out. Maybe this video can show you some information that you may not have known, or possibly just lay out all the answers right there on a nice spread so you can choose. So I'm gonna go with all 4 factions, and first we're gonna start out with the fucking piece of shit fucking Minutemen. They're literally so boring. I literally forgot the name. Minutemen. Let's go into them. Now we all know the Minutemen. They're the fucking assholes that you met from day one, and they're playing dress up, acting like they're from the Civil War era, and they're running around with muskets, pretending to be some giant vigilantes for the Commonwealth, trying to save everybody, trying to protect all these little settlers. They're fucking... It sucks because they do the same shit over and over again. At least the quest lines for other shit like the Railroad or the Institute actually has you doing fun stuff. This guy, Preston, whatever his fucking name is, just makes you do the same shit over and over and over again, bouncing from settlement to settlement. Maybe you get 1 or 2 really unique missions, and they're fucking boring. Check this mission out. I know it seems fun, but that's just because of the way I play. It was actually kind of really straightforward and boring to walk through.
We know where they're coming from, but we can't go up against a gang like that.
I'll kick their asses for you. Kick their asses for you.
No kidding? That's the best piece of news we've had around here for a good long time.
But in all honesty, to be fairly true, choosing the Minutemen for your final faction to side with is like the most straightforward and undecisive piece of shit move. Every other faction has a leaning, right? Every other faction has one thing that they're super caring of, or super pro, or super against. The Minutemen don't really give a shit about anything. They just want to help basically fucking farmers. So if you actually settle with them and start, doing the main quest line for them, you're basically just kind of going through the ropes. It's not an actual interesting thing you're fighting for. I mean, it's probably the most like virtuous. It helps the people the most, but it's fucking who wants to help people? I'm playing video games to have fun. I'm playing video games to shoot people and fight for some dumbass cause, not for, Preston Gravy to help him out. Fuck that. Alright, whatever. I've kind of done Minutemen for a bit, so let's move on to Brotherhood of Steel. Now, the Brotherhood of Steel are kind of a different cup of tea. They're basically heavily militarized and heavily technologically advanced group of crazy army nutjobs that follow orders and kill robots. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but I basically described them perfectly. They follow orders, they command you around like a piece of shit, and literally all they care about is like purifying the fucking realm. Like, they just want to kill super mutants, kill fucking synths, and kill crazy pests, basically. They don't care about anything else but murdering people, following orders, and protecting only humans. And I mean, I honestly kind of like them the best, to be honest. They're a bunch of hard-ass motherfuckers that just kill everything in sight, and they have a clear plan, and they're like clearly the most powerful. They got the ships, they got the plane, they got that giant fucking Heisenberg-esque giant fucking hot air balloon in the sky that has all that technology. I mean, I like them because it's just fun being the most powerful of them all and not being the Institute. That's how I look at it. A con of it is that if you join them, you're basically going to be following orders like a little bitch. In other factions like Institute, Minutemen, and the Railroad, you can actually become a pretty high member and not take a lot of shit basically from the start. But in Brotherhood of Steel, you're basically a bitch until you defeat everyone else. Then you get like second in command or something. So that's my take on Brotherhood of Steel. Let's move on to the Railroad. Now the Railroad is my least fucking favorite out of all of these. I mean, the only reason that you're getting these high-end clips of me in the fucking Railroad fucking around with their shit is because they planted literally the most overpowered upgrade in the whole game inside this shitty organization. I'm talking about Ballistic Weave, baby. I don't play this game without Ballistic Weave. You get that shit, you put it on a fucking hat, and you put it on some under armor, and you wear that shit, and it literally bumps your armor stat up to a beefy amount. It's insane, and it's super overpowered. Now, I basically play the missions until then, and I get that Ballistic Weave upgrade, and then I ditch these fuckers because I hate them. Everything about it is so stupid. I get it, they're mimicking the Underground Railroad, which is like awesome, you know, freeing slaves and all that. That's amazing. But we're not talking about actual people slaves. We're talking about fucking synths, you know. One was an amazing group in history that helped slaves regain some freedom, and the other one is basically bringing C-3PO and R2-D2 out from being slaves. It's like they're fucking robots for a reason. Let them do work for humans. Who cares if you're a robot? You're fucking technology and wires. Just murder them. That's why I have a problem with this faction. I don't see a synth as a human in this game, and I just kind of don't care about him and want them all dead. And I want these humans in the Railroad dead more than those motherfuckers because they're genuinely annoying. You run around like their little bitch for so long just to save some goddamn robots. I mean, God. Let's just move on to Institute so I can leave and go eat dinner. Now, because I couldn't get into the Institute because I'm siding with some other people, I can't have actual footage of them for you to watch, so I hope you all just enjoy this. But anyways, the Institute is basically this amazing underground society that is trying to cure the Commonwealth and preserve life and do these amazing things. But I saw right through it. If you haven't watched my video about why Father, the leader of the Institute, isn't really the real Sean, isn't your son, definitely go watch that, because that's one of the main reasons I don't like them. I think that the Institute is just a lying bunch of assholes that are making basically Terminators, dropping them into society just to kill people and to make money and survive. That's what I think it is. I think that they like to perpetuate knowledge and intelligence just so that they can further their own gain and kind of take over the world, but take it over to where they're not actually ruling it, but they're kind of behind the scenes like a puppet master. And I don't like getting my strings pulled, bitch. So that's why I just genuinely stay away from them. I sided with them the first time I played the game, and I kind of regretted it. So, I mean, that's basically it. You can side with the Institute and be some giant society, evil society, that is. Some giant evil society's bitch. You could sign with the Minutemen and be the most undecisive piece of shit that is also boring when they play video games, or you can sign with the Brotherhood and actually have an okay time, but also be ordered around like a little bitch because now you're in the fucking military. And or you can just move to the Railroad and be a little pussy and think R2-D2 is a human and risk your life for them. Honestly, I would just fuck it. I just want to join the goddamn Raiders. Let me join the Raiders. Is there a faction where you can join the Raiders? No? Fuck.